there's an area that everybody get accustomed to the great kind. There's a frequency down here that is unheralded. You know what I mean? And it's not unique only to this area. Across Barbados in communities, particularly the housing areas and so on. You know, you get this sort of activity, lawless activity happening. But you don't want thought. You don't want to, you want to take it beyond the realm of dialogue and thought and promises. You've got to have a serious task force, not a task force of policemen only and defense force. That is the reactive. Then you give you a first class idea. When you were playing the David Thompson football tournament for 6 months in the latter part of the year, there was not, and we playing on open facilities across Barbados, there was not one single incident of gun violence in this country. I'll say that again. Because if you want practical intervention strategies, use sports. Organize community-based sports at a national level. Like how the David Thompson is doing. It's a tragedy that the David Thompson football tournament had to be cut. But that was only because for political expediency only, and it's wrong. One of the major factors that is confronting and pushing the whole issue of crime in Barbados is that right now of unemployment. But we need, as a society, to come together and deal with it in a very collective way. You cannot send in people, you cannot send people in the communities to deal with community issues. You can form committees that have no alignment, no identification with the communities, cannot relate, cannot communicate with the youth in the community and expect results. You cannot at the same time determine that you can have a select group and few people that you're going to see that as ambassadors and say that in the communities it can't work. What Barbados needs right now is a very holistic intervention into dealing with this whole aspect of crime. It means rather than taking the knee-jerk approach when something happens and you send in the police, what is dealing with the effect and not the cause. What has happened is that all of the community practitioners across Barbados, all of the players of what I like to call the NGO, the CBO sector, state actors, not the what I call the usual suspects that you'll find at the meeting, the leaders of the various gangs across this country, the leaders of the community come together in a very formal atmosphere and to look at the issues confronting their communities. For instance, there need to be far more resources being placed in communities. When you do not strengthen the community, you leave it so anybody does, you leave it to rumble lawlessness and lawless people to do AWS, you know what I mean? So what you have to do is to trust them. Look for the leaders, bring everybody in a consultative process. You have now to look at the non-traditional areas of employment, the areas where we refuse to overtime most governments to deal with, that the youths want to get involved in, and that is sports. You have to look at sports as a serious area of employment. You also have to look at finding relationships and synergy with the community arm of the Royal Barbados Police Force.